January 22nd, 2010. From the stylish high-tech underground studios of Ribbit Media in historic Warwick, Rhode Island, this is NewsUndies. For January 22nd, 2010, this is NewsUndies, all the news that shouldn't be news. I'm Paul Torville with these headlines. Sniping for Jesus. Military shrugs over gunsight Bible quotes. Royal Caribbean resumes Haiti stops. Too soon? 6.0 aftershock rocks Haiti like a hurricane. Most Haitians polled prefer over Scorpions concert. JFK terminal evacuated over door mistake. Paranoia continues unchecked. Obama sets education value at 2% of GM bailout. Porn billboard snafu snarls Moscow traffic. Citigroup. Hey gang, it's time for celebrity birthdays once again. I got my cake hat on. Let's rock! For Saturday the 23rd, Heidi Yukawa, dead, and Gil Gerard. For Sunday the 24th, Ernest Borgnine and Michio Kaku. For Monday the 25th, Etta James and Tobe Hooper. For Tuesday the 26th, Maria Von Trapp, dead, and Bob Euchre. For Wednesday the 27th, James Cromwell and Keith Olbermann. For Thursday the 28th, Rick Warren, ew, and Elijah Wood. For Friday the 29th, Oprah Winfrey and Heather Graham. That's Celebrity Birthdays. I'm Paul Torville, and I'm done! We'll have stories in detail after this.
I'm an atheist.
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 In case you were wondering, Mark Sanford, the South Carolina governor who told aides he was going for a hike on the Appalachian Trail when in fact he was flying down to Argentina to hang out with his mistress, well, guess what? He's still governor of South Carolina. God has remained suspiciously silent regarding the recent Haitian earthquake as well as the subsequent related remarks from parasitic nematodes Rush Limbaugh and Pat Robertson. Pope Benedict XVI has offered prayers for the people of Haiti, but strangely has not been forthcoming with the cash. Your Holiness, come here. It's time to let it go. Come on. It's over. Admit it. You're just a guy in a hospital gown taking shameless advantage of the hopeless and the credulous. Prayer. Jay Leno, for 17 years, the #1 excuse for American married couples not to have sex or talk when they finally have some quiet time together, appears to be on deck to take back The Tonight Show on NBC. Leno hasn't been really funny since at the latest 1994, so after easily 10 years of suck, NBC handed the show over to Conan, who is, you know, funny, I guess. Funnier than Leno, anyway. So now it looks as if Leno is getting The Tonight Show back to move the suck until after the local news to appease the local affiliates, and they'll put, what, a fireplace video on at 10 p.m.? And no matter what, Conan gets a huge heap of cash. And NBC gets back to 2009? The situation in Haiti is very, very, very bad. What can or should the United States be doing to help? Here are Pig and Sheep with their thoughts.
Well, God helps those who help themselves, and since the Haitians made a pact with the devil to throw out Napoleon III, they... Oh... I don't really know.
It seems clear that Haiti, like other parts of the world dominated by extreme poverty, will never get any better on its own. It should be clear by now to the leaders of the developed countries that the first thing people do when they have the means to have a better life is to leave. That makes life even tougher for those left behind, irrespective of how generously the diaspora remits money back home. Haiti doesn't need money. Haiti needs help. Haiti needs food, clean water, and decent sanitation. Haiti needs infrastructure. Haiti needs education. Haiti needs to be transformed, and it can't be done in half measures. Of course, the people of Haiti need to be on board, without any sort of coercion. Either the world should take action in Haiti, or Haiti should be left to fend for itself. What has gone on until now is merely keeping people alive in order that they can suffer some more, and that is inhumane.
That's what Pig and Sheep think. What are your thoughts? Email them to ovcomments@newsundies.com. And now, here's Moose Weintraub with the Sports Half Minute.
Weintraub Sports Half Minute. It's a whole half minute of sports. 30 seconds of sports. Who's Weintraub Sports Half Minute?
Welcome to the Sports Half Minute. BrewSkee Ball's National Championship will be held February 12th through 14th at Full Circle Bar in Brooklyn, New York.
Weintraub Sports Half Minute.
Thanks, Moose. Always a great report from Moose. Apple Inc., maker of such iconic products as the iPhone, the iPod, and the iMac, seems to feel a little eye-threatened by Google Inc.'s Android smartphone OS. So Apple is in talks with, get this, with Microsoft. Yeah, I know. Apple is in talks with Microsoft to make Microsoft's, quote, Bing, end quote, search engine the default on iPhones. So Apple, which has made a name for itself by coming up with well-thought-out, intuitive, purpose-designed products, hopes to hold on to its reputation by teaming up with Microsoft, a company that's made a name for itself by dumping hackneyed, flavorless, non-nutritive gruel in front of hapless captives. I don't see how that could end badly for Apple. Exclusive Pastcast weather and the final news roundup is next, right after this.
You'll notice that when you watch NewsUndies, I'm always wearing a shirt from the Ursus Pacificus Kitsch Cave. Well, now you can too. You can help support NewsUndies by going to the Ursus Pacificus Kitsch Cave and getting some kitsch.
And now here's your exclusive Pastcast weather for the week ending Friday, January 22nd. The Ohio Valley saw bitter cold and snow showers changing to rain and mild temps later in the week. The Deep South saw mild temps and showers switching to cold thunderstorms. The Upper Midwest saw snow and cooling temps. And that's your exclusive Pastcast weather. Heidi Montag. The whole nation fell over itself this past Monday to honor the late Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. While many tried to associate the election of President Obama with King's legacy, some went too far, suggesting that because Obama's father was from Kenya, he shares some heritage with the African Americans that descended from slaves. Isn't that racist? At the very least, it's reaching. Hasn't enough time passed? Haven't we matured enough as a nation, as human beings, such that I and you and everyone else can be judged by our individual merits and not by racial, sexual, or cultural stereotypes? I guess not. At this rate, we're never going to get our own car. And finally, and I do mean finally, we all saw this coming, didn't we? Republican Scott Brown has won the Senate seat left vacant by the death of Edward Kennedy. Dark foreboding frog clouds gather in the west as the unmistakable scent of brimstone wafts through. Some analysts have suggested that Brown will not vote down President Obama's health plan, so the Republicans have something to rally around in the midterm elections this fall. Thank goodness they're focusing on results rather than political gamesmanship. Well, that's all for this edition of NewsUndies. If you see news that shouldn't be news, send your story tips to undies@newsundies.com. Remember, NewsUndies is a weekly show. We'll be back on Friday, January 29th with fresh undies. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Paul Torville. After that, I might be over this stupid cold. Ugh. I wouldn't hold my breath for it, bro.